Welcome to Turkey. You guys have been following me. My name is Sonduren from Canadian Rider. I just got married, so I'm on my honeymoon. I'm here for a month, and I'm very excited about some future videos. We're gonna be going on some epic drives around Antalya, Bodrum, Fethiye, the entire coast of Turkey. It's gonna be awesome. We have a car rental. We're gonna go see a lot of the epic stuff that's gonna be happening. Along that, with this video, I wanna kind of give you guys a channel update. Obviously, been doing everything to do with this channel on cars, motorcycles, detailing all this stuff, but a lot of people have asked me, you know, Canadian Rider, Sonduren, you know, what do you actually do? Where is this channel going? You know, it's been kind of following this different path a little bit with F1 and all this other stuff. Well, the reality is, this channel is basically just a channel for all my hobbies, right? So I do all of this stuff. Cars are my hobbies, motorcycles are my hobbies. Going on these tours and these travel adventures where I could bring my cars and go on these tours is a big part of what I love doing in my life. So really anything to do with motorsports, any of that stuff, this channel is just following along on my journey. So it's not like a specific channel anymore on just cars or motorcycles or just detailing or whatever it is. It's really to do with all of it, right? Everything that's part of my passion. If you guys follow me personally, by the way, my name's Sonduren Fanarredha. A lot of people always ask, you say your name so quickly in the beginning, I don't even know who you are. Well, my name is Sonduren. In my real normal life, right? I'm in marketing. So I used to be a former accountant. Now I do marketing for technology companies. So I love doing that. That's a whole other thing in my life that I love doing. I have a passion for that. If you want to follow me along on that journey, you can at Sonduren Fanarredha. You can follow me on YouTube, on Instagram, whatever it is, but that's just focused on me, you know, my wife, my love for that kind of journey in marketing and B2B SaaS marketing. And the Canadian Rider is kind of like all of my other passions related to like cars and motorcycles, car detailing, and epic drives kind of all into one. So this is kind of like following me on my journey on all the fun stuff in my life. And then, you know, my regular life is kind of like my own fun stuff with my job that I actually love my job, so it's fun to me. What does that mean for the channel? Well, Canadian Rider obviously started out with just pure motorcycles because that's what I got into. That's what I was doing a lot of. It involved detailing into cars. Basically all of that stuff transformed this channel and what it is. So, you know, for those that are wondering, like, am I gonna get another motorcycle again? Am I gonna be focusing on this certain type of content again? And the answer is probably. I'm gonna be doing it all because I have a passion for it all, but it's not like I'm 100% gonna be doing this type of content or not, right? This channel is really gonna be following me and my journey around what I love doing every day, right? So if you love kind of following me on that journey when it comes to this kind of stuff, whether it's my Audi R8 or my Lexus IS250 or my future dreams for an electric car, what I'm gonna do with that, or motorcycles, electric motorcycles, or whatever that has. More recently, like F1 videos, which unfortunately I had to stop doing because F1 put a cease and desist order for my videos and I couldn't use some of their footage and all of this other stuff. So even though I follow F1 and I like F1, I can't be making videos on that anymore. So that's gonna have to stop, unfortunately. But yeah, that's basically it. I want to give you guys a little bit of a channel update. You know, I'm on this honeymoon right now, which is awesome, by the way. Highly recommend Turkey if you ever come or thinking about a vacation destination. And I hope some of these future epic drive videos where I'm gonna take you across this beautiful coast that they have here will actually go ahead and push you to maybe take that, you know, trip and take a car rental out and go ahead and experience that. I think a big thing for cars and motorcycles, well, what are you doing in a car and a motorcycle? You're traveling. So I think a big part of doing that is actually going ahead and seeing the sights, seeing the beauty of the world in your car or motorcycle. So that's what I'm hoping to do as well. Like when I go on these vacations, I'm gonna be bringing that content to you guys as well. So Turkey and a bunch of the stuff I did in Vancouver and the east coast of Canada as well. If you haven't seen those videos, I will link them in the card above, but those are epic moments. And I think any car or motorcycle enthusiast, like when you're thinking about traveling, you want to do those things because those are honestly some of the most epic moments and adventures I've had in my life personally. So I want to share them all with you. And so we're here in Turkey on the opposite end of the world, and we're going to be doing that here. So that's going to be awesome. But that's basically what I want to do this video on, is like expect more of that type of content. You know, the content's going to evolve as I evolve kind of with, you know, what I love doing and my passion. But for sure, if you like anything to do with, you know, cars, motorcycle, detailing, F1, unfortunately the content, until I figure that situation out, won't be available. But anything like that, and then the adventures of taking those, you know, machines around the world, follow me on this journey. And if you want to get into my personal journey, you can do that on Sonduren Fanarredha. So there's only one, Sonduren Fanarredha. I'll link it in the description box down below, which makes it very easy. So if you want to follow B2B marketing, product marketing, what my life is there, or if you want to continue following me on my journey of all my fun stuff I can bring to you guys on Canadian Rider, you can do that here as well. Obviously, lots more content to come going into 2022. The more and more, as I get great feedback from you guys, I invest into the channel. I'm gonna be continuing to deliver that content, make it more exciting. But it's all really, at the end of the day, kind of stuff that I wanna do and stuff that that brings me joy in my life, and I wanna share that joy with you guys. So right now, you can see behind me, we're in beautiful Cappadocia. We're gonna be doing some hot air balloons and all this other stuff here on my honeymoon, which is awesome. I still have a whole bunch of content that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys as well. A lot of cool motorcycles here, which I'll show you guys. We're gonna see a lot, I'm sure, in Antalya, Bodrum, Fethiye, and then Izmir is our last stop in our trip in Turkey. And then I'll be back in Canada, repping the Canadian Rider name as normal, with a lot more great content coming up as well. So let me know if you guys have any questions on my journey. Leave them down in the comment box down below. Make sure you like this video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on this path. I think it's pretty cool. Hopefully I can bring you guys some knowledge, education on things that I'm working on, experience new things that maybe you've been wondering about that you haven't done yet, you can go ahead and do. But really, I just want to make it enjoyable for you guys, make some awesome content, bring you guys along on my path and my journey, and then have some fun while we're out here. And yes, I know you guys have been asking, I do want a motorcycle. The wife behind the camera right now is smiling at me. But I am going to be getting one. I don't know exactly when. So that's the plan. Number one is I do want another motorcycle. I'm just not sure what I want. Honestly, that's the honest truth. The 899 Panigale to me was the sexiest motorcycle I ever had and the sexiest motorcycle I see on the street. Even when I look at the Panigale V2 or V4, sure, different styling. The Panigale 899, a little bit thinner, I thought was like the most beautiful super bike ever made. So good job, Ducati. And ever since then, it's just like, I don't know, nothing has caught my heart to the point where it's like, I make the decision to go impulse buy it. Audi R8, 48 hours within me seeing it, I went and I bought it, right? Mazda Miata that I had. Me and my buddy, within 48 hours, went and picked that up as soon as I saw it. S2000, same thing. But I just haven't seen a super bike or any bike that's gotten me like, oh my God, I need that now, and I'm just gonna, surprise my wife now with an unpleasant gift at the house. So nothing has gotten me to that point yet. In terms of the car, you guys know I love my Audi R8, and I'm gonna actually probably start to keep that not driven as much and just keep it as a weekend warrior, garage queen. But I do need other cars. Like the Lexus IS250 is awesome. Doesn't have as much space as we need for in the future. And quite honestly, with gas prices, I think we just hit $2.15 a liter, $2.15 Canadian a liter for gas. The IS250 was never good on gas, and I let everyone know that. So that's the other issue with that as well. So we're gonna look at some electric cars to go ahead and think about future-proofing ourselves, whether that's the Hyundai Ioniq 5, the Tesla Model 3. There's lots of other options. Big part of that is gonna be following my journey on the decision on that. So hopefully, my guess is if I can get an electric car within the next year, that would be awesome. Maximize some of those federal rebates that are available in Canada. That would be really cool. And then detailing just continues. Obviously, I just want to make sure that these things that I buy, these toys, are kept in tip-top shape because I have serious OCD. So detailing will always remain a thing where I'm like, okay, I got to keep these toys in pristine condition. So I'll always really be just kind of going into detailing and figuring out what the latest and greatest is and protecting those investments and making sure that these things look as awesome as they possibly can. So that continues as well. But really, the channel's not gonna change too much. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be lots of great content. We're gonna see what happens. I can't wait. And again, if you have any recommendations on a bike, an electric vehicle, what I should do with the R8, what I should do with a motorcycle, let me know. Would love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for all of the great honeymoon wishes and the wedding wishes. That was really awesome. Thank you all of my subscribers for DMing me and wishing the best. Okay, one last question. I'm still debating. The Lexus IS250 is perfectly fine. You guys know those videos. I have 350,000 kilometers on it. We are both remote workers, me and my wife, so we actually don't drive that much like we used to. And I'm thinking in my head, is the electric vehicle a need or is it a desire and a want? And if I even should be looking at an electric vehicle today. This has kind of been the back and forth that I've been fighting with myself in my head about, do I want an electric vehicle for the additional cost when, yes, I could get it, or I could stay with the IS250. Gas is expensive, but I really don't drive that often. So So then I'm thinking in my head, do I really need an electric car? But maybe I can wait a year or two for further generations of battery improvement to get a really, really strong electric vehicle instead of maybe one of the first models that don't have the best range, that suffer from winter degradation, which I've talked about, like 30–40% winter degradation. I'm still up in the air on it. I guess I have a year still to decide, but let me know your thoughts on that too. I'm still undecided on that. Every time I'm thinking about, I'm gonna pull the trigger, I have these kind of like things that are going in the back of my head saying, now is maybe not the right time. You don't necessarily need it. And the technology just isn't 100% there for Canadian winters. And so that always just is kind of in the back of my mind. But let me know your thoughts on that too. Maybe help me make my decision on that. Maybe it's just the fact that I just want another car and I just want another toy in the garage. I don't know what it is, but let me know your thoughts.